Good morning, dear students. Now, today we'll start our new chapter, Chapter 8 Private versus Public. Students, you understand by these terms that private means that is used by you, that is used by an individual. Public means that can be used by everyone. Okay, students? Now, let's start our chapter. Private property. Property that is owned by any individual, like your car, house, even your toys. That is your also private property. Okay, students? Even your clothes that belongs to you. Okay? Private property is something which is owned by a single person and not everyone. All of us take good care of our properties. Private properties, we are taking care too much. So many times. Like, this is my copy, so you should not touch it. So many times we do. Yes, students. Now, let us talk about public property. The property which belongs to the government. Not anyone individual is called public property. Public properties such as roads, buses, post offices, hospitals that are used by everyone, that are comes in the category of public properties. Even your historical monuments like Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, that comes also in the public property, that is maintained by the government with the help of the money collected as taxes from the people. Taxes means when you are going to see those monuments, sometimes you just pay some fare. That is a kind of tax for them. When you use roads, national highways, then you give them toll tax on toll plazas. That is also called tax only. Okay, students, that is given by you for the development of those public properties. Just before that, we read about public services. For that purpose, also, we give them taxes. Now, students, we take the example of your public property like your park. Park is a particular natural space that is used for human enjoyment and recreation. Recreation means whenever you got time, your leisure activities that you do there. Okay, students, there are a number of parks in a city or town which are maintained by the government only. It may be your colony also has one park in that you play and people take a walk also in that. You have seen? Students, we should take good care of them. And how we can do? By simple steps. By planting some trees in that. We should not litter. We should not throw any garbage in that. We should not pluck those flowers, plants that are there. That somewhere, students, you see those that are adding some beauty in that park. If you spoil, then the beauty also is spoiled in that. Okay, student? So you should not do this. Public transport, whenever you travel from one place to another, sometimes you take the facilities of public transport by the payment of some fares set by the government only. Okay, so we must take care of these means of public transport also, like your buses, trains, airplanes. We should never litter in that. Do not damage the lights, seats, other things in that. Carefully handle the doors and windows. Why, students? Reason, you are going to use it. If you are not taking care of those things, then obviously when next time you will use it, you'll just see that these seat covers are now it is spoiled fully. So you want to use it. You never want to use it. So we should take good care of them. Okay? Now school, very important. School is a place of learning for all of us. And students, if somewhere we spoil anything in our school, it directly affects us. Children and staff use many facilities provided by the school, like chairs, benches, blackboards, your extra mark board, library, and other things. So, students, your school can't run without these things. Is it possible? It is not possible, student. It's our duty to take proper care of these things. We must not damage anything in our classrooms. We should keep our classrooms clean. We must use those dustbins that are kept in our classrooms. And we should take good care of your library books also. Okay? Is it clear, students? If you keep them good, then obviously you also feel comfortable to use those things. Clear, students? Now, historical monuments. Students, you must have visited or heard about monuments like Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Sun Temple, Qutub Minar, that is situated in Delhi. These are the symbols of our glorious past. Glorious past means ancient, that belongs to our history student. They educate us about the life, culture, art, and tradition, or many other things of our past. If you have not seen those monuments, you don't know about those things that now you know. They are heritage buildings, so it's our duty to preserve and protect them. That gives you so much knowledge about your past, students. And we are very much interested to know about our past. And students, if somewhere we spoil those monuments that directly affect our past, or whatever the knowledge I want to gain or you want to gain from these monuments. How to protect our historical monuments? We should keep the premises of these heritage places clean. We should not throw any water bottle or other things in that. Never scribble on the walls of those monuments. Scribble means write or scratch on the walls of those monuments. I have seen so many places people are writing continuously their names. That looks very dirty. We should never do this. Factories and other polluters should be kept away from polluting these monuments. Why? Because somewhere it affect the students, one thing, that your Taj Mahal is continuously becoming pale. Pale means yellowish in color. Why? Because of the pollution only around that. So we should always keep those factories away. Awareness campaign to educate the communities and strict government actions or rules is required to save these monuments. Students, we must realize the importance of these and we should take good care of them. That is for us only. If we'll not protect, who will protect those things? And if you see someone is spoiling, just tell them the importance of that. Okay, students? I hope you understand those things. Thank you, students, and have a nice day.